Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Dear Krishna Prabhu. Prabhu is there?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Samat family, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
It is raining and sweating also. Summer has just,
Yeah.
about to go, so it is sweating. Anyway, then Shobhaji, Hare Krishna. Not here. No. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Bhumika ji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Welcome, welcome. Sharma ji, Hare Krishna.
The border.
Okay. Ishvi ji, Hare Krishna. Some newcomers. Welcome. Chali. So let's begin our session with the prayers to Prabhupada and Lord Krishna. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Name Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaurvani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Shri Shri Radha Vrindavan Chandra ki jai Shri Shri Nitai Gauranga ki jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So today's Bhagavad Gita session, we are discussing from 14th chapter. We already discussed until verse number 9. Just to take a quick recap of what we have discussed so far. This chapter begins with Krishna's address to Arjuna directly, because in the previous chapter, Krishna has been talking about Prakriti as an answer to the question of Arjuna, what is Prakriti? Krishna only mentioned that Prakriti is eternal and she is having three modes. She is influencing all the living entities to take different types of bodies. This much only briefly it was mentioned. So Krishna himself started speaking from 14th chapter, telling that he is going to reveal much higher knowledge, more supreme wisdom, better supreme wisdom, best of all knowledge, which he has not declared so far. And knowing this, even the great sages will attain perfection. And this knowledge is so wonderful. Just becoming fixed in this knowledge, we can attain transcendental nature, Krishna was mentioned, which is basically right now we are in material nature. Material nature means we are bound by three modes, conditioned by three modes. Transcendental nature means above the three modes, having a spiritual existence. Okay. So Krishna explains about this material world briefly. That is, in this material world, which is actually the creation of Krishna, the living entities are placed. We understood about Kshetra, Kshetragya in the previous chapter. This body is called Kshetra and the spirit soul is called Kshetragya. So Krishna places this Kshetragyas, living entities, where all his part and parcels, into this material nature, like a father places the seed in the womb of mother. So nature acts as mother material nature, and Krishna seed-giving father. Krishna says this. So the living entities, based on their various previous good and bad deeds, karmas, they get different bodies. So mother material nature becomes the source of the different bodies of different living entities. And mother material nature cannot produce living entities on her own. Krishna has to place the seed. So it's like any woman cannot produce a child unless there is the seed given by a man. So like this, Prabhupada very nicely explains that the living entities are impregnated in the material world and they come out as different living entities according to their past karma. So in this material nature, where the living entities are taking different bodies, the material nature is composed of three modes. Sattva guna, mode of goodness, Rajoguna, mode of passion, and Tamoguna, mode of ignorance. In fact, the living entities as spirit souls have nothing to do with these modes. But because they have forgotten Krishna, they have come under the jurisdiction of these modes. It's like for a normal citizen, police has no role to play with the normal citizens. Normally, they are living their life. Police will not interfere. As soon as this normal citizen becomes a criminal or you'll break the law, immediately police comes into picture. So we living entities, when we have violated established laws of Krishna, or we don't want to obey Krishna's orders, we immediately come under the influence of these modes of nature, material nature composed of three modes. Krishna bhuliya jiva bhogavancha kare nikatastha maya tare japatiya dhare. As soon as you forget Krishna, immediately we come under the influence of the three modes. So like this, and we are under the influence of three modes. So why are three modes influencing us? Because we have forgotten Krishna. So Krishna is going to tell in this chapter, you remember Krishna always modes, you are above the modes. Simple understanding in this chapter given. As long as you have forgotten Krishna, modes influence you. Modes means it's the characteristic way which influences the living entities, activities, living entities, it's thinking, feeling, everything. All our psychic and physical activities, everything influenced by these modes. We'll see that as we go forward in today's discussion. So to begin with, Krishna explained the broad characteristics of these modes. Sattva-guna means, Krishna says, it is purer than the other two modes. It is more illuminating. Prakashakam means you are not too much in forgetfulness, at least some level of faint understanding that, oh, I am spirit soul, maybe God is there, God relation is there. Such things will be less like now it is becoming dark. Again, tomorrow, as morning starts, slowly there is twilight. Sattva-guna is like that. Okay, so illumination is illuminating. It frees one from sinful reactions. And in this mode, you gradually develop understanding that who you are, what you are. So, but Krishna says, people who are in this mode should transcend further and come to purified goodness. People like the philosophers, scientists, writers, thinkers, they all think, oh, I am well settled now. I know the world. I know the truth of this whole creation. If they are in that mood and just don't want to further go and understand Krishna, God, and develop devotion to Krishna, which already is there, they have to awaken actually, then but again it will become a conditioning. Right? Krishna says, wants that. So don't become conditioned by even mode of goodness. You transcend. Mode of goodness means at least you have come to a level of some purification and understanding. You can understand Krishna consciousness nicely. You can become a devotee. That is mode of goodness. And mode of passion, Krishna says, unlimited desires and longings. Trishna Sangha Samudbhavam. Right? The lot of, you want to run everywhere and you have a lot of plans, a lot of aspirations to enjoy materially. And because you have aspirations and plans to enjoy materially, you are also bound by reactions. Action reactions, you become bound. So Krishna says, karma sangena nibadnati karma kaunteya karma sangena dehina. So this is characteristic of this material world. Passion, rajoguna, Means you are working hard for what? This passion begins when in the material world, the attraction between opposite sex, male, female, then it gives rise to all the various desires, longings. The nice story Prabhupada says, Gita Samsara. I think many would have heard this, but again, I'll tell in this context, it is good. What is mode of passion? Right? There was one brahmachari nicely studying under the instruction of a guru. But when the guru left the body, he instructed him, you please keep studying nicely, scriptures. Also, see that you develop and you preach this message. This brahmachari was staying in one ashrama, one room. And he's seeing that in that room, he had only 2 dhotis, simple life. So one rat has somehow entered that room and it is eaten away one of his dhotis. It has become a hole. So he asked, the villagers advised him, see, rat is there means dangerous. It'll eat away everything, your books, everything it'll eat away. Better you have a cat. Cat will catch rat. Good idea. Okay, he had a cat. So now rat problem is not there. The cat problem is started. Why? Because cat wants milk. So now where he will get milk? Villagers advised to have milk means every day everybody giving milk, not easy. You have one cow. Every day you'll have milk. Very good idea. So you can also have milk. Cat also will have milk. Good. So started having one cow. One Goshala started. Okay. Because cat want milk. Now rat problem solved, cat problem also solved. But now new problem has come, cow. Because now he is not able to study. He has to take care of cow. Morning, he has to give the fodder, milk the cow, take care of the cow, the grazing, all these things. What to do? Then the raise advice, see, if you have one lady in the house, she will take care of the cow. Okay, so which means you have to get married. Don't remain brahmachari. So you will do your own things and that lady will take care of all the household duties. Oh, good idea. So he married. So marriage happened. So wife is taking care of cow, house, cat, everybody is happy. But wife started demanding. So you're simply sitting and studying, no food. No, we want so many things. I want sari, I want that, I want this. What is this? You go and work. Or do some nice, go and do some pravachan outside and all. So demand started. That's what Prabhupada says. Attraction between male and female, how everything started. Then he became so busy in earning money and running around everywhere, he forgot studying his scriptures. Like this, the person who was busy studying Gita, he built up a samsara. Gita samsara. So like this, he became entangled. So material world is like that. When you're alone, no problem. Everything you are getting managing. But as soon as marriage means griha, kshetra, you should have some work. No work means how will you maintain husband, wife? Then griha, kshetra, suta, children. Then children are there, then relatives keep coming, apta. All of them have to be maintained, vitta. Money is required. Like this, the illusion grows up. This is called Rajoguna. So Prabhupada says, mostly in the material present situation, modern civilization is the standard of Rajoguna. Rajoguna means too much intense desire to enjoy the material world, lot of longing, hankerings, lot of desires, that, this, but enjoy life like this. Son has to do that, wife has to enjoy like this, husband has to do like this, so many things. Then Tamoguna. Tamoguna is opposite of Rajoguna. Sorry, Sattva-guna, sorry. Tamoguna means, at least Sattva-guna, you're having some understanding, illumination. This Tamoguna means illusion. Completely, you're in what you're doing, you don't know. You're in total darkness. Right? And then Krishna says, you are mad after so many things. You don't know why for you're doing this. The Prabhupada gives example. Just like, that in your house, Your grandfather has died. Your other relatives have died. Now your father has died. You're also going to die. The children who are born will die after some time. But even then, you are thinking that I am not going to die. My children are not going to die, as though I'm going to live forever. This is called madness, Prabhupada says. Like this madness, and with regard to spiritual life, is very lazy, and he sleeps a great deal. And because he don't know what is the purpose of life, he's intoxicating himself. He sleeps a great deal. This is tamoguna nature, broadly. Like this, Krishna explains the three modes, the broader characteristics of these three modes. Today we'll see some more details of these three modes, more details, because we should understand the various ways these modes function. Then we can identify which mode is functioning in our consciousness. So Krishna summarized the characteristics as telling, in Sattva Guna, it will condition you to happiness. Oh, I'm very good, well situated. Raja Guna means it conditions you to karma. Oh, work hard, earn results, enjoy results, fruits of action. And Tamoguna means you don't know what you're doing. Madness. Yes, going on. Like, earn money. No. Yeah, it's running after some things which you are doesn't even know what is the purpose of life. Oh, so like this, Krishna says further in verse number 10, today's discussion. Krishna says, Rajas tamas chabibhuya sattvam bhavati bharata. Rajas sattvam tamas chaiva tamas sattvam rajas tatha. So like this, the three modes are constantly competing. Krishna says sometimes mode of passion becomes prominent, defeating mode of goodness and ignorance. Sometimes mode of goodness becomes prominent, defeating mode of ignorance and goodness. Sometimes ignorance becomes prominent, defeating goodness and passion. Like this, these three modes keep competing. It's like chanting time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Prabhupada says, you have to chant and hear attentively. But because your attention is somewhere, if you are chanting early morning, what happens? Hare Krishna. You, from mode of goodness, you will come to mode of ignorance. Right? And because we devotees sometimes, we all get up early morning, 3:30. Almost morning program, we initial days, devotees find it very little rigorous. So when we have this Bhagavatam class at 8:15, so devotees class is started, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, already Hare Krishna. so like this, because tired, and also it is so nice to hear Hare Krishna Bhagavatam class. As soon as it goes, then the sleep starts. Even now, sometimes in the evening also, when you're reading book, maybe 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, reading, and you slept off. When you slept off, you don't know. So like this, sometimes modes dominate, compete with us. Anyway, here, what Krishna is telling us is, early morning, the mode of goodness is prominent. You're not wanted to run around and do so many things, like earn money early morning, or you're very passionate to eat something, or you want to, you don't want to become lazy. The mode of goodness. As day goes on, you become passionate. Oh, working, you have to do that, this work, that work. No, like sort of a peaceful, understanding. Very running around. No resting also. As it becomes evening, night, you become lazy. Even day also, you see, three modes are acting. One mode is prominent. Because nowadays, all things are topsy-turvy. People are all very active in the night. Midnight, night club, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. When you get up from Mangalarti, they sleep. When we have finished our breakfast, 9:30, they get up. Okay, then you have the lunch time is breakfast. Our lunch time is the breakfast time. Like this, their time only is different. All ultra, topsy-turvy. So like this, The modes sometimes, even ordinarily when you see some news in the newspaper or channels, some criminal action has happened, which means good person, he has murdered somebody. Some mode of passion, ignorance, prominently covers the knowledge. You become mad. I was just reading 2 days ago how two friends in a park in Delhi in the evening, they are discussing, and then discussion became heated up, arguments. Both had knives. Both are stabbing each other so badly. Then some passers-by saw, and then they stopped them, and by the time they are admitted to hospital, they are dead. Why? Because they became so passionate, angry, and become mad after their that anger, that they killed each other. Just see, friends, it's okay, good, they have understanding, nice understanding, but even then they ended up like this, right? So like this, many incidents what you see in the news everywhere, you can always relate how one mode has overpowered other modes. Goodness means sense of understanding. Oh, it is right, it is wrong, I should not do this. Stealing, right? A person knows I should not steal. It's like today only there was a news. Some Indian woman has stolen something from a store in America. It was the news. So stealing, no, we don't know. We know that it is not good. But again, that moment, that greed is so much. Oh, I want this. Let me take away. Good sense is covered. Like this, we are all forced to situations, circumstances, and we come under the influence of one mode when we are acting. So now these chapters 14 up to 18, we'll see various aspects of these modes in different ways. Krishna explains. Okay, so Krishna is telling, even though these modes are all influencing at different times in different ways, just like I was very peaceful, opposite sex passing through, immediately the desire to enjoy opposite sex comes. Triggered. It's all there in the subconscious. Until now, nothing was there. As soon as that sense object came, I want to enjoy. Right? So like this, we are all under the Guna Kala Karma Pravaha. Bhagavata says. Guna Kala Karma. Guna means three modes. Kala means influence of time. Karma is our previous baggage of different action reactions. So based on our previous different action reactions, some action is maturing as a reaction as per the time factor, right? You're always good, but that moment you did something wrong. Or you are always good in a circle of friends, but that moment you became very angry. Right? Guna Kala. That guna, some other guna came and influenced you. You have heard this statement, Vinashakale Viparita Buddhi. Right? Viparita, that the Buddhi becomes Viparita. What happened to him suddenly? Like that. So, Prabhupada says, even though modes are controlling you and different modes are all, dominating sometimes, and it is overpowering and you're forced to act in that way. But so far, Krishna has been explaining in the previous chapters, if by practice, if you want to be in the mode of goodness only always, it's possible. So, the point is, we have to understand, as Krishna mentions in the 6th verse in this chapter, mode of goodness is purer than the other two modes. So, better to situate ourselves in the one of the best modes among the three. If we degrade in mode of passion, ignorance, it is risky. We'll see more about these descriptions. So, it is only by practice. So, what is the practice? Practice of Krishna consciousness. Abhyas yoga yuktena. So, this point will be discussed further towards the end of this chapter. So, which means we have free will at every point of time. Which mode we want. Even it's like this. If you go out without anything, no protection, no rain, you'll get wet. Material world is like that. Experiencing constantly, you are wet. If you take precaution, take an umbrella, a raincoat, what happens? Even though you're going in the rainwater will not affect you. You will not get wet. It's like that. So, if you have practiced to maintain a certain mode, in mode each mode you want, preferable is Sattva Guna, because at least you are in the platform of understanding knowledge which is favorable for cultivating Krishna consciousness. What happens? The other modes will not bother you. Just like the rainwater will not bother you because you are having an umbrella. Likewise, Prabhupada says, your determination to be in Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness means above the modes. You transcend all the modes. You come to Shuddha Sattva, purified goodness. Sattvam Vishuddham Vasudeva Shabditam, statement in Bhagavata. So, this state of consciousness, Vasudev, Krishna's father, this state of consciousness was this. Prabhupada, pure devotee, Krishna Bhavanamrita, his consciousness is always Krishna consciousness. So, it is possible by practice. Krishna has been telling all this in previous chapters, how to come to this level of consciousness. In this chapter and further, he'll tell more. So, as a living entity, we have this opportunity, a privilege to remain to transcend these modes, to remain in purified goodness. If not purified goodness, at least goodness. Other modes are considered to be degraded because it is going to trouble you, torture you, and entangle you. As Krishna said, Kam esha, krodha esha, rajo guna samudbhava. Lust, anger are all products of modes of passion. Further, it degrades as ignorance. It is going to devour you. It's going to destroy you. The enemies. Right? Kama, krodha, lobha, trividam narakasyedam. Lust, anger, greed are 3 gates to hell, Krishna says later on. So like this, as a spirit soul, I have the prerogative to remain in a better situation if I want. Choice is mine. Not that, oh, I can't do anything, I am helpless. Animals are helpless. Other living entities are helpless. You are having that privilege. That's why it said, Ahara nidra bhaya maithunam cha samanya metat pashubir naranam. Eating, sleeping, mating, defending are common to all living entities. Dharmo hitesha adhiko vishesha. Human beings have a special privilege of being in the mode of goodness or pure goodness. Dharma, principles he can follow. His consciousness is advanced. He can do this. Others cannot do. Other living entities. This is the message this Krishna is giving in this verse, that if you want to remain in Krishna consciousness, if you want to transcend the modes, or you want to be in mode of goodness, by practice you can come in that mode of good. You can be in that mode. Even though that influence is there always constantly, but what you want to be, how you want to maintain your internal atmosphere depends on you. It's like I gave the example of rain. It is raining, of course, but I have taken some protective measures not to get wet. You will not get wet. Similarly, you are chanting every day Hare Krishna mantra, fixed number of rounds. Prabhupada says this will protect you from influence of Kali Yuga, Kali influence. Kali means Rajo Tamas, Rajas Tada Rajas Tamo Bhava Kama Lobha Yaschai. Everywhere, mode of passion, ignorance, so prominent everywhere. Lust, anger, greed, madness. Right? So this is the understanding. So these modes are always there, influence is there, but you, by proper practice, under proper guidance, can remain at higher status, provided you want to be in that stage. That's the one. Next, verse number 11. Sarvadvareshu dehesmin prakasha upajayate jnanam yada tada vidyad vivruddham sattvam ityuta. The manifestations of the mode of goodness can be experienced when all the gates of the body are eliminated by knowledge. Very wonderful verse. Here Krishna is telling about the different gates. 5th chapter also, if you see, Krishna mentioned, Navadvare Pure Dehi. This body is a city of 9 gates, Krishna said. Here Krishna is directly coming to the point of Sarvadvareshu. Our body has different gates, 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 nostrils, mouth, 7 anus and genitals. Wherein it's like windows. So these 9 gates can be eliminated by knowledge, right? Or when you experience only knowledge in these gates, which means what you are seeing, you are seeing things in the right position. If you remember in the previous chapter, towards the last portion, 13th chapter, Krishna explained about Gyan Chakshusha, Pashyati, Pashyati. You should see like this. You should see the living entities around everybody, all over this world as spirit souls, part and parcel of Krishna. They're eternal living entities, right? They are all combined with the material nature's, the experience of material nature as body, and they are all right now in a specific situation. But Krishna was explaining, Jnana Chakshusha, how things are working, simply or not this body, your spirit soul. This understanding means seeing things in the right position. Simply seeing things like a dumb animal is not seeing. That is called sight. Your eyes are illuminated by knowledge. As Krishna says, 5th chapter, what does he say? Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavi Hastini Shuni Chaiva Shvapakecha Pandita Samadarshina. Which means we are supposed to see every living entity, either in whichever body it is. Cow, elephant, Brahmana, Chandala, anybody, as spirit soul, not externals. That is proper seeing the right position. Right? So like this, whatever you're able to see, whatever able to hear, is all purified. It's all in the right situation. Illuminated means it is with knowledge you are seeing. So when this happens, you are seeing things in the right position, hearing things in the right position, tasting things in the right position. What is taste? What does Krishna say about water taste? Rasoham apsukonte. When you drink water, you should remember the taste in water is Krishna. Oh, taste is an experience, right? Right? And Krishna says, Punyo Gandha Prativyam cha. The various tastes of different spices. Ilaichi, cardamom has one taste. Right? Cinnamon has one taste. Every spice has different taste. Who made these tastes? Krishna says, I made them. So when you have different spices, different masalas you put in different various items you cook, where come the taste is coming? Krishna says, I am giving the taste, various ingredients. So you have to see that, you have to, when you taste it, if you can remember these words of Krishna, that is tasting in the right position. That's why when you are having prasadam, it is not simply eating, it is called honoring. Honoring means what? You are remembering and recollecting and also thankful to Krishna for wonderful things he has given. One is the taste in those ingredients. And in your the body which Krishna has given you, he has created that sense of taste in you. Both are required. If your tongue is not having taste only, even though the best of the food you're eating, you cannot taste. So you're honoring that Krishna, you have made my taste buds to taste the prasada you have taken, and those prasada is all the ingredients which you have created. Like this sense of honor we should have. This is called tasting in the right position. Seeing in the right position, hearing in the right position, tasting in the right position, smelling in the right position. When you smell the fragrance of any flower, rose flower, for example, where from this fragrance is coming? Again, Krishna says, I am the origin. You see, every flower has a different flavor, every variety of flower. So who gave this variety? Krishna only gave. In fact, Bhagavata, if you can smell the flower which is off, that smell is going to liberate you. Just see. So like this, there are many recommendations we have been reading about Ambarish Maharaj. He was seeing Krishna and perfecting his eyes. He was hearing about Krishna, perfecting his ears. He was offered to Krishna and flowers offered to Krishna through his ears. He was perfecting his life. He was tasting prasada from his tongue, perfecting his. He was using his hands to work for Krishna. He was perfecting his hands like this. So by having this experience of all the gates being illuminated by knowledge, what happens? You are getting purified both inside and outside. Right? So like this, Prabhupada says, in every gate there is development of symptom of happiness. You're not like a dumb, which doesn't know why, what is happening. We don't know, just go on eating, doing things the way it is. You are able to, your understanding is very clear with regard to what Krishna says, and you're able to relate with things and seeing Krishna everywhere. Like Krishna's energy, how it is all wonderfully acting in a different way. That's what Krishna said in the previous chapter. You see, 27th verse, what did he say? Yava sanjayate kinchit sattvam sthavara jangamam kshetra shektajnayor samyoga tadvidhi bharatarshava. Whatever you see in existence, O Arjuna, both moving and unmoving is only a combination of kshetra, kshetrajna. Field of activity, nor of field of activity. Very simple. So like this, we have to see, we have to understand, we have to hear everything in the right perspective. Then we can say the symptom of goodness is manifested in us. Okay, next, verse number 12. Lobha pravritti arambha karmanam ashamaspruha rajas etani jayante vivruddhe bharatarshabha. So now Krishna is talking about passion, passionate mode. Very interesting. So when there is increase in the mode of passion, what do you experience? Because we were discussing about how one mode can influence us and overpower us. A mode of ignorance, mode of goodness is illuminated, or it is more, then you will see only illumination in all your different senses. When mode of passion is increased, what happens? There are 4 symptoms you can see. Great attachment, uncontrollable desire, hankering, and intense endeavor. Lobha pravrittir arambha karmanam ashamaspruha. So, Prabhupada starts explaining how this great attachment. Attachment means you are so attached to your position, power, and you are never satisfied with what you get. Always you want more. Hankering. More position, bigger position. Very nice pastime. When Prabhupada was printing his books, he was printing it through one company called Daya Nippon in Japan. So he happened to go to Japan to meet the officers there. Deal can be worked out for printing books, so that the quality of printing was very good in that. So he wanted to see that the quality of printing is very high and people all over the world can get those books, high quality books. So when he went for the meeting, there in this boardroom, all the top officials are there, and Prabhupada and his few disciples are also there in the meeting. So in between, when the meeting was almost was halfway through, they took a short break. Right. So during the break, everybody left except Prabhupada and his disciples were staying back in the boardroom, and one very young executive also stayed back. So that he thought he will take care of this, these devotees, because everybody has left for a break. So Prabhupada has talking to him. What are you? Who are you? What are you? So, Prabhupada was having a stack of visiting cards given by these all officials, chairman, CEO, that, this is. It kept a stock of cards. So this young executive, he started telling, he pointed out in the stack of cards, the bottommost card is mine. I am the, rank lowest executive compared to all the people in the boardroom. So my desire is, he took the card of his and put on top of all the cards and said, I want to become the best, top in this company. So the point is, nobody is satisfied with what position he has. Right? Always wants to become big and big and big. Oh, now I have business of 10,000 rupees per month. It should become 1 lakh. 1 lakh should become 10 lakhs. 10 lakhs should become 1 crore. Oh, now I have one branch here, branches in our state, everywhere, branches in our country, international. So like this, no satisfaction. Always hankering and greed. More and more I want to achieve, more and more I want to achieve. Prabhupada gives example. Now you want to build a house, you have to build a palace. I want any gadget I want to purchase. Any car, best car. Any clothing, best. Like this, everybody wants to, do everything best for themselves, as though says you're going to live eternally and enjoy these facilities eternally. So like this, you develop intense attachment and hankering for sense gratification. So like this, there is no end to this sense gratification. Uncontrollable desire. It desires no end. One after another, more. Everybody is chasing after desires. They are chasing, then capturing. If you get more chasing, get something. When you capture, also there's some pleasure. Then you want to, indulge in it and enjoy. That's what everybody is trying to do. So, like this, everybody is entangled in family life, business life, community life, like this, big different levels. They are all entangled, and the process of sense gratification is going on. Individual level sense gratification, personal level, and extended sense gratification process. Family, society, community is going on. So like this, there is no end. Uncontrollable desire, hankering, and to maintain all that, work hard. Everybody is working hard. Our leaders are working 18 hours. Right? They're telling you should at least work for 12 hours. So like this, intense endeavor, everybody has to put up. So these symptoms are there, means it should be known as characteristic of the mode of passion. Okay. Next, verse number 13. Aprakasho apravrittischa pramado moha evacha tamasyetani jayante vivriddhe guru nandana. Now, the symptoms of the mode of ignorance is described. When it increases, what happens? 4 symptoms Krishna explains. Aprakasha. Aprakasha means ignorance or darkness. Prakasha means light, right? Illumination. Mode of goodness, prakasha. Aprakasha means complete ignorance, no knowledge. only ignorance, always covered with darkness. Knowledge is absent. What is purpose of life? Don't know. Eat, sleep, drink, marry. That is purpose of life. Right? Eating meat is wrong. No. Whatever want, you can eat any meat. Any living animal, moving animal, they can eat. Capture and eat. That is called knowledge for them. Right? So like this, all sorts of ignorant things, they think it is knowledge. So totally the proper understanding of what Krishna gives is absent. Right? And Krishna's second symptom of this mode is, in the mode of ignorance, one does not work by regulative principle. Right? Even on the road, you are going in a 2-wheeler or a 4-wheeler, you're supposed to follow traffic rules. As soon as you violate any rule, immediately you're caught. Right? Nowadays, things are more strict everywhere. So, whereas a person in the mode of ignorance, he doesn't want to follow any rules. Madness. Huh? Just want to do whatever I want. He wants to act whimsically for no purpose. That is the mode of ignorance, madness. Now, one is he's in darkness, ignorance. Next is madness, pramada. Then thirdly, he is apravrittischa. Apravritti means he has energy to work, he has good intelligence to everything to do, but he will not endeavor for spiritual progress. Right? So, Prabhupada says this is called apravritti, inertia. Consciousness is there, but life is inactive. Bhagavatam says, what is the use of a long life, like a tree standing for thousands of years, if you are not Krishna conscious? The peacock feather also looks like there is an eye, but that eye is useless because it cannot see. And if your eye also is not seeing Krishna, it is useless like peacock feather eye. And one more example is given. The blacksmiths, they have, well, at least nowadays, I don't know what is the system. At least in the some olden days, they used to have this bags of, which like it used to breathe, bellows. Blacksmith bellows, they are called. They used to pump air. It used to breathe like one animal, right? Because constant fire is required. So it used to give air, and that air will go and it will keep burning. Oxygen is supplied, and that flame is constantly kept for working. So the blacksmith's blow looks like it is breathing, but it is dead. Of course, it is like not a entity. It's not like an entity. So if that blacksmith below also is blowing, breathing, and you're also breathing, but you're supposed to breathe for the purpose of life of becoming more and more spiritually, progressing in Krishna consciousness. If that is not happening, what is the use? So like this, many examples are given in Bhagavata. Consciousness is going on, but the purpose of life is misdirected or no proper aim in life. Life is inactive. These are all symptoms of, as Krishna says, moha, illusion. Don't know what is the purpose of life. They are in madness, they are in illusion, they are inactive, lazy basically, and they are in complete darkness. This is symptoms of mode of ignorance. Right? Like this, Krishna is summarizing, rather he's telling further aspects about the symptoms of these modes. When they increase, what happens? Mode of goodness means illumination. All the gates, you see things in the right position, seeing in the right position, hearing in the right position, smelling right position, tasting right position. Mode of passion means intense endeavor, hankering, greed, right? Then uncontrollable desires, more I want sense gratification, more, no end, more. Prabhupada gives example. When you are leaving the house, you have eaten up to here fully. Even while going, you saw some restaurant, again something you want to drink and eat there. What is this? No control. That's why people are becoming diabetic and so many health problems. Obesity. Always something or other munching. Uncontrollable desire. So like this, then mode of ignorance symptoms are madness, illusion, inactiveness, and darkness, means complete ignorance. Next, Krishna explains in verse 14-15 the destination of these people, where they will go. So all these things are very, important points Krishna is mentioning. Yada sattve pravruddhetu pralayam yati dehabhrit tadottama vidam lokan amalan pratipadyate. Because all of us today or tomorrow have to leave this body. One who is prominently leaving his body in the mode of goodness, what will be the symptom? Krishna says, one in goodness attains higher planets like Brahmaloka, Janaloka, and thus enjoys godly happiness. Krishna is first telling about mode of goodness, Sattva Guna. Somebody dies in the mode of goodness. He attains, what he attains? Uttama Vidam Lokan. He gets a higher planet, pure higher planetary systems. Amalan. So, the modes of passion, ignorance are considered to be contaminated. Right? So when one is free from these modes of passion, ignorance, it is better, as we understood. Purer. Mode of goodness is purer than the others. So the mode of goodness, when you die, you will attain higher planetary systems. Earth is supposed to be middle planetary system. Above Earth, there is Bhuvarloka, Svarloka, Janaloka, Maharloka, Tapoloka, Satyaloka. 7 planetary systems are there above Earth. Right? So, Prabhupada says you can go to higher planetary systems like Brahmaloka or Janaloka. Who are living there? Who are the entities living there? They're all, they are enjoying godly happiness. They're all great sages, great devotees living in these planets. Opportunity for you to practice the bhakti process more seriously. Right? So when you die in the mode of goodness, because already you're cultivating higher understanding, so you will develop, you will go to those higher planetary systems. Right? So that way, death in mode of goodness is what is recommended. Death in the mode of passion, you will degrade. We will see now. Krishna says, Rajasi pralayam gatva karma sangishu jayate tatha pralinas tamasi mudha yonishu jayate. When you die in the mode of passion, he takes birth among those in fruitive activities, karma. Those are doing karma, in that domain only you will be born. And if you die in the mode of ignorance, you will take birth in animal kingdom. Krishna is going to explain further again this point in the one more verse later in this chapter. Anyway, for time being, let us understand this much. One important principle Prabhupada states is, like wherever, whatever way you die, you will go to heaven. Just like when somebody dies, they will write RIP. What does RIP mean? Rest in peace. I don't know how peacefully you would have rested. Because for all the activities that living entity has done, you would have got, Yamadutas would have come and taken him away to a very, very, very ferocious, hellish planet. Where is the peace? Right? This is the point. So basically, one misunderstanding people have is, all of us die, we'll go to heaven. Wrong. Here very clearly Krishna says, mode of goodness you are dying, because what type of consciousness you have, what type of mentality you have matters when you leave the body. Mode of goodness means illumination, then there is no sense of understanding that I am not this body. That level of cultivation of understanding is there. Mode of passion means, it is fully the mood of sense gratification. Enjoy senses. So when you die in the mode of passion, you are supposed to be taking birth again in this material world in different species of life. So it's a wrong understanding that all of us, when we die, we go to heaven or we get moksha. Wrong. And also, it's a wrong understanding that whatever way we can act in whatever way presently, and when you die again, you get human form. That is also wrong. So these two misunderstandings are clarified in these two verses, 14 and 15. So Prabhupada says this type of understanding, incorrect understanding of after you die, again you will become human, wrong understanding. And then whenever you die, you will get moksha. In everything you do, you get moksha. No, not possible. Right? So like this, there are misunderstandings and misapprehensions. Krishna is correct, rather informing us and giving us proper knowledge here. So if you are developing mode of ignorance, Krishna says, after you die, you are degraded to animal form. Just see, which means, Prabhupada says elsewhere, human life is like a springboard. You have seen swimming pool, there is a springboard. You can jump, at whatever height you want and whatever way you want, and then you can stay for some time and again you'll fall into water. So if the springboard is something for the human being, you can jump and go away. Don't come down. That is called mode of goodness. Purified goodness. You come back again, means mode of passion. You come back and you fall down from your status of human being, that is called mode of ignorance. So mode of ignorance means you degrade your situation. Right now you are in a particular form of life wherein you can understand about spiritual life, purpose of life, but you degrade yourself to animal life forms. You can become an aquatic, you can become a tree, plant, or insect, bird, animal, anything, depending on a minerality. Again, you have to go through evolution cycle. Padma Purana states, Jalaja Navalakshani. There are 9 lakh species in aquatics. There are 20 lakh species in plants and trees, right? Vegetations. Then there are 11 lakh species of insects. 10 lakh species of birds. Right? And there are 30 lakh species of different animals. Like this, you have to go through all the species, step by step, step by step. Then you get human form. Very risky. If you're developing mode of ignorance, very risky. You can fall down again, and how many millions of lives you have to live to come to human form of life again. So, Prabhupada says, therefore, those who are actually serious about human life should take to mode of goodness and transcend the modes and become situated in Krishna consciousness. That is the aim of human life. Otherwise, there is no guarantee that the human being will again attain to human status again. Status. No. Depends on your activities. If your whole life chanting Hare Krishna, reading Bhagavad Gita, trying to follow the Bhagavad Gita principles, Krishna is assuring. If you are not perfected, again I'll give you a chance. In a better family, wealthy family, but you can continue your Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada says, why you have to wait for one more life? Perfect this life. So like this, Krishna is explaining very nicely, step by step, what happens when you die in the mode of ignorance, mode of passion, mode of goodness. Okay, so today we have understood 2 more aspects of modes of nature. What is when the symptoms increase of any particular mode, what is the, what is the specific mode in which the living entity is, we can identify, which means the manifestation of particular activities can be understood by the prominence of one mode of nature acting in that person. Like mode of goodness means all your gates of the body are illuminated by knowledge. Mode of passion means too much greedy, unlimited desires, hankerings, right? Intense endeavor, all this happens. And mode of ignorance means madness. Then you are illusioned, you become inactive, and complete ignorance about yourself. Then if you die in the mode of goodness, you go to higher planets like Satyaloka, where great sages, saints, and great personalities live, enjoying godly happiness. The mode of passion means you remain in the place where there are human beings again working, again dying, again enjoying, trying to enjoy sense gratification, right? Whereas in the mode of ignorance means you degrade to animal life. This is what Krishna has explained this verses. So we will conclude here. If anybody wants to ask anything, discuss anything, comment, can answer. Hare Krishna. Okay. So no questions. So we'll close here now. We'll continue our discussions in the next session again and take it forward. There's again a set of questions Arjuna is going to ask, for which Krishna is going to very nicely answer this chapter. Not a big chapter, only 27 verses are there. You can cover in 2 more sessions. Okay, fine. So thank you everybody. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Krishna.